Hello, welcome back to Metalhead Nation Garage. I'm Chris, your host. Hey, if you like the station, give us a thumbs up, the channel, and subscribe. Hey, we're getting back to this journey situation that's going on. Earlier, my last video, we talked about the lawsuits going back and forth and just the history of the band and the issues that they've had over the years. And finally, Jonathan Cain made a statement yesterday, and he talked about, the lawsuit that Neil filed against him. And, he came out and he responded to it and said that the Neil was overspending on this credit account. So, it's kind of interesting, He just said, he overspent. He wanted his increases of spending limits, and they had to cut him off, he said. So kind of interesting because Neil, thought everybody, it was everybody else, I should say. But as it turns out, it looks like Neil was kind of upset that they put a credit on him where he couldn't use the account. So this just looks like a little squabble here and there, and they went through lawsuits. Jonathan Cain, he's said he is upset that they had to go to court and air this drama, as we should say, to be public. So a little more information there. I know Neil did say, the band will go on. He said, they're like brothers, when they're in the studio making music and such, and that they're in sync. But outside the business, the music business, they are not friends, They don't have the same interests as Jonathan says, with Jonathan Cain's religion and political beliefs and things. They don't jive with Neil, so they don't hang out outside of the touring and making of albums. They just in the music biz where they click. So he said they will continue on, is what Neil stated. He wants to continue on as the band. The band will go on, but they'll resolve it. and I don't know if we'll hear any more out of it. This may be taken behind closed doors and settled, and Journey goes on with the tour. So interesting. I mean, really, because when this first aired about, golly, this has been going on 2 weeks, you never knew what the heck was going on. You thought, oh, golly, at least I thought this could be the end of Journey or something. So it looks like, it's just a squabble. Hey, they're going to settle it in courts and or behind closed doors and take care of it, and the tour goes on. So I think Journey will be fine in 2023. So and hey, moving on to the next band, and that is Kiss. They just got done with their Kiss Cruise 2022, and they stated, that this was their last performance on the Kiss Cruise. So as they prepare, on the end of the road tour, the Kiss Cruise just went down. They performed several concerts. I mean, it's a popular event, and they came out and said, "Hey, this is our last performance." Now, they didn't say this is the last Kiss Cruise. I believe what they're going to do is have the Kiss Cruise. They'll have other bands, performing stuff, but Kiss will not perform anymore on it. So so. Interesting. I guess that really hits home that, hey, that this end of the road, it's going to be really their last performance here. So gear up for 2023, because it definitely will be their last concert performances. So, in years past, he's absolutely talked about it, especially Paul. He's talking now, we have, not, going on and performing now at their age is really hard on them. He states, his suit that he wears, his gear that he wears, the dress up that he does, it weighs 30 to 35 pounds. So he said that's getting tough at his age to perform with that, and that this would 2023. He said this is it, and he said look forward to early to the first quarter of 2023. It will be the last concerts, and of course they're going to end it in New York City, their hometown. He said it has to be in New York. That's where they started. That's where Kiss started. That's where they will end. And going on the end of the road tour, he did say he will be involved with music. He said we will, still make music, albeit maybe some of the other stuff would be the box sets, like Creatures of the Night is coming out here this month, and with extra tracks, demos of the songs that we haven't heard before. And so they'll be doing things of that sort, and maybe sprinkle in a couple new tracks here and there as these releases come out, and everybody's kind of doing that. I know I talked about it with Guns N' Roses, like they're coming out with their Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 box set. They did it with the Appetite of Destruction box set, earlier this year, throwing out tracks, and they even said they're going to start throwing tracks out every 2 weeks, 4 weeks. So that's kind of the thing they're doing now. So be interesting. I mean, we won't hear the end of them, that's for sure. And they'll always have things going on. Be it that it won't be them performing, but as the Kiss Cruise continues, it'll be different bands and things. And maybe they come up and make a guest appearance, say hi to the fans, sign autographs and things of that sort. And you never know, they may jump up on stage with one of the bands that's performing. You just never know with them. And moving on from that, we'll go with into some Deep Purple news. It was kind of interesting news. I was talking to the lead vocalist, Ian Gillan, and he was talking about the time he joined Black Sabbath for their 1983 album, Born Again. Interesting, because I did, probably a month and a half ago, I did a kind of a challenge type deal. It was Black Sabbath's Born Again against Ronnie James Dio, Holy Diver. Because as you're all aware of, that's when Ronnie James left Black Sabbath for his own gig, because they had differences. And that differences was that Geezer Butler and Tony Iommi accused Ronnie going into the studio when they wasn't there and mixing it to up his vocals on the Live Evil album. So interesting. I mean, that we all knew that went on, and Dio, he said that did not happen. He didn't have to do anything to his voice at that time. And interesting enough, this is the same thing that Ian Gillan talked about. It was interesting because what he said, they did this the Born Again album, and the last he had it, they came around, they did the album, and came back, and they went into the studio, Geezer and Tony Iommi, and produced it, got it all out, and it came out and as a vinyl cassettes and things. But back in the day, and Ein got his copy and he put it on, and he said he threw it out. He threw it out. He threw it away. He didn't like it. He said he has a cassette of the whole album that they did that sounds fantastic. He didn't like the mix of it. They brought the bass up on it, and he said it sounded horrible in his words, and he was so upset with it. He just he couldn't believe it. You know, the bass was rumbling on, distorted. You know, and on and on. He said he was very disappointed in the production mix of it. So yeah, it was really interesting. It kind of, maybe that validates Ronnie James Dio with him on the live Evil of Black Sabbath, that he, you know, that was the accusation going on. So kind of crazy, because you know, it was a good time there. I mean, Dio in the Black Sabbath, he came in, filled in for Ozzy, did really well, and everybody accepted Dio. And then, you know, the live Evil happened. He got accused of something he didn't do. He was out of the band. He went to Holy Diver. That sold 1.5 million copies, or, you know, at the beginning of '83. I tell you, it went on to sell more than that. I don't know the whole final you know, tally of that. And then Born Again, it was low at that time. That year it came out, 40,000 copies was sold. So, and you know, they did a tour, and then the breakup happened, and then Black Sabbath, you know, looking for a new singer. So they're really not good times there for Tony Iommi's Black Sabbath. So just interesting news of the day for that. So, and that's all I have for today. Hey, again, thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you back here next time on the next episode of Metalhead Nation Garage.